Hi everyone, welcome to the Standard 9th session. History, chapter number 3, India's internal challenges. In this chapter, we are going to learn about some internal challenges that India faces. Internal challenges like separatist movements, issues of Northeast India, Naxalism, communalism, and regionalism. Okay. First, see the unrest in Punjab. In 1973, the Akali Dal passed the Anandpur Sahib resolution. Many demands were made in its resolution. Chandigarh should be made part of Punjab. Then the Punjabi speaking parts in other states should be included in the state of Punjab. Then in Indian Army, recruitment of people from Punjab should be increased. Then more autonomy should be given to the state of Punjab. Okay. In 1980, the movement for independent Khalistan took root in Punjab. Sant Harcharan Singh Longowal, the leader of Akali Dal, used to direct his activists from the Golden Temple. Another Khalistan supporter, son General Singh Bhidranwale, armed followers started gathering in Golden Temple. During this period, terrorist activities had begun. The Golden Temple area looked like a fort. This greatly disturbed the peace in Punjab. It was a major challenge to Indian democracy. Now let's see the Operation Blue Star. Operation Blue Star was a military action of getting the terrorists out of the Golden Temple. This operation was entrusted to Major General Kuldeep Singh Brar. On the morning of 3rd June 1984, the mission Operation Blue Star started and ended on 6th June. Okay. This operation ended with the death of Bhidranwale and other terrorists. After 2 years, in 1986, Operation Black Thunder conducted against terrorists in Golden Temple once again. This action was taken for to establish peace in Punjab. Okay. Next point is issues concerning Northeast India. In Northeast India consists of the 8 states. They are Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. These 8 states are called Northeast India. These states have different languages, they have different culture. But in the first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, took the lead in bringing the tribes living in these areas into the mainstream of the country. Special provisions have been made with respect to these areas in the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Then let's see the Mizoram. When India became independent, the government gave administrative autonomy. Autonomy means having the freedom to govern itself. Then Mizo leaders started demanding an autonomous Mizo province. In 1961, Mizo leader Lal Denga established an organization called Mizo National Front. He asked for Greater Mizoram. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi handled the situation firmly and suppressed the rebellion. Okay. In 1972, the Mizo majority area was given the status of a union territory, and in 1985, the Mizoram became a full-fledged state, and Lal Denga became the chief minister of the state. Then next is Nagaland. In 1946, some educated Naga youth established an organization called Naga National Council. They made a demand for an independent state of Nagaland. Nagaland was made a full-fledged state on 1st December 1963 by putting together the Naga majority territory and part of Tunsang. Okay. Then next is a northeast state, Assam. There was a problem of Bengali migrant in Assam. In 1985, the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, then Central Home Minister Shankar Rao Chauhan and Assami leader Prafulla Kumar Mohanto signed an accord. It was decided to that the Bangladeshi citizens who capture in Assam would be sent back to their original places. In 1986, elections were held for Assam Legislative Assembly and Prafulla Kumar Mohanto of the Assam Gana Parishad became the new Chief Minister. Due to this democratic process, it became possible to establish peace in Assam. Okay. Next state is Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh means a region of rising sun. On 20th February 1987, Arunachal Pradesh got the status of constituent state. Okay. During the period from 1960 to 2000, Northeast India has progressed towards a more mature democracy. This area is on the path of progress through industrialization and spread of education. Okay. Remaining part of the lesson we will see in the next video. Thank you.